Okay. For you, coffee.
I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Welcome to MMA Underground. You got Buddy V, Bruce Carlson with
Sam K, what's good? What's good? And all the way from StreetBeefs West Coast, we got the OG himself, household name, Lil Deezo.
What up?
Captain, he'll be joining us a little bit later. We'll have Captain on as well. But right now, let's talk to the OG real quick, man. How you feeling, bro?
Pretty good, dude. I just got out of boxing practice. Came straight over. Haven't even changed it and shit. I'm all stinky.
Same, bro. I'm
still
still
pump on.
You know what I mean? Yep, getting that work.
Hell yeah.
I'll do yard work.
There you go. That's important.
Yeah.
So, New Year, fun times. For those of you that don't know or haven't seen all the way back shows, we had Deezo on once before, and he was awesome as hell. And I'm very curious because I have a few good questions to ask. First off, we know that we have an opponent. Do you want to know who you're fighting coming up at the Super Bowl?
Lil Mac? Yeah, he's been working too. I see him on IG, working hard. Motivates me to work hard too, so it's gonna be a good fight.
Well, absolutely. Yes, I was recording for that fight too. I was like, oh, let's go Deezo. I was slapping my leg, walk around my room. Man, yeah. So I definitely want to see it again. So
yeah. I feel like this rematch is gonna be more or less like the actual first fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He motivates me to stay on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta work hard and make sure that I focus on the fundamentals, because I know he's real fundamental with it, and keep my composure, because that's what he does too. But I mean, that's the goal regardless, but even more so with Mac. Yeah.
True that.
And I was gonna say, you been able to get any sparring with anyone around your area? You been able to go get some good work in, or?
Yeah. I've been in a boxing gym, so I've gotten some good sparring in with some big ass dudes. Last time I sparred was last Wednesday. Actually, I sparred a light heavyweight. He has a fight coming up too in March. He's a pro, so I did all right. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. We did like 6 rounds. That was fun.
What's up, Liv?
Nice. Yeah, I wanted to ask, we spoke on the other podcast, Turf Tales, that dealing with different heights, different reaches, different body types and frames. Lil Mac is closer to your body type and frame. How do we deal with that?
I like it because it's real easy because he likes to stay on the inside too. Mm-hmm. So I just get up right on the inside right away. At first it's a battle of the jabs, but then after we kind of get over that, we both kind of just stay. I mean, he's not going anywhere and I'm not going anywhere. So we're just going to trade. I bet, just like last time. That's what I like to do. I like to just get in real tight and just trade,
I see you when you were doing on your train on one of the dummies one time. I think you almost snapped the head off. I was like, damn. I was like, all right, got it. Look out for the overhand.
Yeah, no, this time I plan on coming in more prepared. I wasn't as prepared as I would have liked to have been the first fight for a bunch of different reasons that I won't get into. But it was a very lackluster performance for me on our first fight. So this time around, the results are going to be much different. Yeah. much different.
I feel that. Hey, I just want to say kudos to you for continuing on that journey to have that first fight. You know what I mean? Because I know that shit wasn't easy. You know what I mean? And 100 other fighters would have just turned around and you know what I mean, and not did what you did. So, you know what I mean? You do you deserve that.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it, and shout out to Max for
Yep.
traveling all that way. He traveled hella far too.
Yeah.
There's no way I was gonna let him, not fight. Like
Mm-hmm.
I did want to back out though. I'm not even gonna cap.
Yeah. Anybody would, bro. Anybody would. In your situation, for sure. For sure, bro.
And it really shows the heart of a fighter though too, is because it's like, you know what? You're the fighter, you're gonna get in there, you have that dog, you're ready to go no matter what. I feel that.
Yeah,
to answer that question, Scrapyard does stream live for all the events, and West Coast does too, right?
Usually, unless we have a bad connect. Sometimes we will start off and then it'll cut off midway, but usually we try to get every event live. Shout out to Heart in the Fight for facilitating that shit.
Yes, sir.
And it's typically the third week for the Scrapyard. Same for West Coast, right? Like the third weekend or the fight
last Saturday.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's usually the last Saturday. Yeah.
I'm trying to fight up here this month in February. Then that way I can come out in March. Yeah. Woo.
Yes, sir.
Who do you want to fight?
I don't know. I'm anyone who's open. I'm excited. I do want at least one. I want to get one sparring round with each of you, though. I just have to at least. If I'm out there, why not? That way I can be like, man, let's get that overhead caught me.
And to answer your question, Jay, yes, I plan on having Black Air Forces for this next fight, but only time will tell. Like those motherfuckers are like $95, and my last pair at the bottom blew out on me. So
shit,
I got to get a whole new pair. So we'll see, but I plan on it though. Hell yeah.
You're like, I'm going to baptize them with the blood of my enemy.
Hey, so
fight. That's what's up, Sunwoo. Shout out to Sunwoo, EMC.
I can definitely tell, bro, just by your aura right now, man, you seem locked in, you know what I mean? Versus, the first fight. And what I want to know is what is the cardio looking like? Because that's the main factor. I feel like
cardio is looking nice, man. I go to boxing every single day. Well, Monday through Thursday, and I do so many rounds on the bag. Just going as hard as I can. So cardio's tap right now. Cardio's super tap, and then I tested it out. Like I said the other day, I had some sparring. So, and we were sparring for 3 rounds or 3 minutes each round. So yeah, cardio's cool. I know that I'm gonna get tired still, but yeah, I've been tired before and I kept going, and my cardio's better now than it was before. So no matter what, like I'm not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So woo in the house. And one of my favorite clips is I remember seeing when you were like sitting there in between rounds, you're about to throw up, and then you still just suddenly ding ding ding, and I brought up last time, you ready to suck it in, your go time. You don't even know that you're tired. It's some of those things you can't teach. I'm excited. And
yeah,
I'll just say, as an EMC fighter, do you know of any other EMC fighters coming out in March to the Super Bowl event?
I think Nogi's gonna be there. Maybe Island Strong. I'm not exactly sure. I know I asked them in the group chat, but I forgot who responded because I got so much going on. But I know we got a couple guys coming out for sure. Yeah, and I was gonna mention the hardest part for me about fighting is because I walk around in my daily life with, they said that kill switch. That's when I'm not in the ring. That's when I have it on, and then when I get into the ring with the gloves on, that's when I turn it off. So for me, the hardest part is turning that kill switch on. So I've never actually fought with it on. You know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to incorporate that into my training so that when the actual fight comes, I'll be able to turn on. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Is it 3-round or 5-round fight?
I think it's 3. I think it's 3.
Yeah. Like, keep it simple. Let's get it. Yeah, back to the basics.
So let's say like even in street fights outside of street beefs, you've never had a fight outside of competition where that kill switch was activated.
I've only had 2 street fights in my life. That was in high school, and the kill switch wasn't on. I turned it off for that too. I didn't want to kill the guy. You know what I'm saying? We met up at an appointed place and at an appointed time, and we had rounds just like a regular. I had a mouthpiece in and shit like that, so it was just like a regular fight, like a competition fight to me.
Right.
Okay.
But like as far as the other times that I thought that I was about to get in a street fight, I was not thinking about boxing. I was thinking about killing. Like I was gonna kill this guy, but luckily it didn't happen like that. So I'm extremely polite in my daily from day to day, just to make sure that it mitigates any chance of that happening. And then also, so it makes it extremely obvious when someone's being disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm so super duper polite. But yeah, man, like if I was to get in a street fight, I would just pull my knife out right away and just start slicing. I wouldn't even try to fight. Or if I had a gun, I would just, like if I had a gun, I would just draw down. Like I don't play like that. Because then what if I get knocked out and then they just start stomping my head in or some shit like that? Like,
yeah.
You hear world star, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you got to think worst case scenario in real life on the street.
But there's been times where like someone wanted to fight me and I just ran away. Like I'll just run away, I'll just run away. But the thing is, when they grab you, then it just changes. It just changes. But yeah, the first thing I do is I'll just take off. It's not even worth it. I'll just run. I'm fast. I'm hella fast.
Hey, respect for being real, man. Because honestly, as martial artists, that's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to be engaging for the sake of engaging. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's for a specific purpose. So kudos to you.
Like it's supposed to be fun. I don't think that fighting in the street, it doesn't seem fun to me. It seems scary and shit like that.
It's like you never know. Someone could have a friend around the corner, and if you do get knocked out, who's to say that the other guy's not gonna come around there stomping on you when you're out? Not everyone has the same morals and ethics as we do. You see more times often than not that guy coming around from behind just when you're not looking, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm a knockout artist." No, you're just a cheap shot artist.
Or what if you beat the hell out of somebody, and then the next time he sees you, he wants to start shooting you or some shit like that? Like, nah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. You can't play in the streets. I mean, part of the reason why I enjoy fighting is because it does keep me combat ready for that reason. If something does go down, I know that I am ready to go against someone who's not going to be as in shape, this and that. But at the same time, I try to stay out of it. I don't go looking for trouble, nothing, because it doesn't bring anything good. I have too much to offer this world, in my opinion. And so do you both. So yeah, fuck the bullshit.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I was curious.
I don't fuck with people, so that kind of keeps me out the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I stay inside. I don't ever go outside. Like, I don't go outside like that.
Yeah.
It's like when it's dark, the fiends come out to play.
Yeah, exactly. Shit is crazy out there.
Now, I was gonna say, I didn't know if you were or not. Were you nominated for anything on the awards for Heart in the Fight in 2022?
I don't think so. I was pretty inactive in 2022. But I was not nominated for anything. But
I just thought I'd ask because I didn't know. Because like I said, I'm a fan. You're one of my favorite West Coast fighters. So
yeah, bringing smoke. That's right. Yeah, be peaceful until you can't. Exactly. Until you have no choice.
What's up, lot? Everyone's in the chats over here. We're getting popping today. If you guys have questions,
appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, shoot those questions if you have them too. We read them. Might take a second, but we'll read them.
For sure.
Let me see this real quick. I had okay, now I was curious. I asked people about their fighter goals, this and that. Now 2023, like I said, the Super Bowl events in March. I'm excited. do you have like a number of fights that you want to achieve in this upcoming year? Or just kind of as they happen, they happen?
The first couple years I was super active. I think I fought in 2020, that first year when we started, I fought at mostly every single event. So I'm up to like 12 fights in StreetBeefs right now. I think 12 or 13. So, but I took a little bit of hiatus. So to answer your question, yes, I want to be active, but I don't know how active I'll actually end up being. But I want to fight, obviously, Lil Mac, and then I don't know, at least 4 fights this year. So maybe like 4 or 5, if I could, yeah, if logistics allow.
Yeah,
that's still a good amount.
I like that. I think the only rematch I want to see is the Prince KT one, though.
That was a good fight. That was a good fun fight.
I actually wanted to know what's your favorite fight that you've had, and what was the hardest fight that you've had?
The hardest fight I'd say is probably E7, just because like I couldn't focus for whatever reason. Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on, you know? Like, I was just like, man, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I can't think straight. So I definitely want to get that one back.
I like to see that.
But he's in line to fight Punches, so I gotta wait in line, wait my turn, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm okay with. I guess my favorite fight would probably have to be either the Zaytoven fight and then after that would be the KT fight. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a little lineup. I like it.
Yeah, the people need to look these fights up, man. Both fire fights, man.
But if you watch the Zaytoven fight, make sure you watch the version on Heart in the Fight channel, because that's the behind the scenes, and it shows like a whole different side of that fight. That shit was crazy. It's crazy how Daniel put all that together, that behind the scenes footage. So shout to him.
Genius.
That little like in between rounds too, when he got a ball up close and you could hear the people just trying to corner you and stuff. I was like, yeah. So I like. Now,
that was crazy what he did, bro.
My third favorite fight would be the Battleborn 1.
Oh, okay. I love Battleborn's Heart, man. He's a fucking killer.
Hey, the energy in that fight was crazy. Like, hoo-wee. Yeah, that was wild.
You just had the one, right? Or was it twice?
Yeah, we had fought twice.
Okay, I'm not tripping out. Okay, cool. Because sometimes I smoke a little too much and forget.
Yeah, he beat me the first one, and then second one I beat him. But then, the first one, specifically the first round, is my favorite from that fight.
Banger.
And then I know that we get a lot of new talent all over. And we all like to enjoy watching fights. Have you seen any like new talent that maybe is kind of catching your eye that you want to see come rising up in West Coast?
Yeah, dude. The two that jump out at me off top is Island Strong and No Gi. Yeah, definitely.
No Gi. Well, I like it. He's coming one of my favorites too. I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys.
Both of those dudes are rising stars, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, absolute.
I was already excited. I saw his like bow tie at one of his boxing matches, and he was like, "Wham!" And I was like, "Yep, I'm watching you again."
Yeah, man. Both of those dudes crack too, man. I mean, they're a little bit lower in weight, you know what I'm saying? But both those guys have a lot of power, and man, yeah, you've seen both of these guys in boxing matches and MMA matches. Monsters.
Hell yeah. I was curious because I know some people have talked about testing the waters, some different styles. You think in this new year you might try like a kickboxing match maybe or anything or not? Because I know you've done MMA once, but
I did MMA 3 times.
Oh, sorry.
But nah, I think I'm gonna stick to boxing, dude. Because like I can only kick about waist high. Like my legs are too short and unflexible for all that shit. And like, I don't know. I don't want to get kicked in my legs, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. That shit fucking hurts.
Yeah, bro.
You feel
I've
it.
been working on. Just came back from working on knees and kicks, and oh man, I feel it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Shit. It's like, I think back to when I was a kid when I slip off the bike and then the pedal hits me in the leg,
Ooh,
in the shin. That's kind of like, I don't want to feel that again.
I think that's my one saving grace when I check kicks with my legs is I skateboarded a lot growing up, and I was always with the board hitting my shins. I think there's I have a sweet spot in between like my ankle and halfway up where if I hit it there, it's cool. If it's not there, I feel it, but if it's right there, it's all right.
But I do want to start training jujitsu though, like on the side. Because I hear it's super therapeutic, and like I got a couple friends. What's up, Free Smoke? I got a couple friends that do too. That they're down to train me and shit like that. So,
dope.
If they're like, you train me in boxing, I'll train you jujitsu. I was like, all right, cool, deal.
Heck yeah, Peyton. All right, we're getting the comments popping. Oh, good. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they just rolling on in, man.
Damn,
Hey, what about wrestling, Deezo? Have you ever you dabble with wrestling?
No, I never trained like formally, but I've always been super good at wrestling.
Right.
Yeah. You can see it in my fights against Darkness that a lot of people watch those fights and they thought that I was like a wrestler in high school or whatever it was, but nah, man, I've always just rolled around with like my brother or with the homies,
Yeah.
And it's just always come to me naturally, but I don't know why. I think it's because I'm so short and stocky, like. And
yeah, you have the frame for it. You have the frame.
I just feel it. Like it just, I don't know. But I have trained some jujitsu when I was in high school, so that helped a lot too. Plus, I've always been hella strong, so that helps a lot too.
If someone's trying to move away, it's nice you have the wrist like, and you're like, nope, you're coming over here.
But I can't. I take it back. I have trained formally after StreetBeefs West Coast 1. I had a wrestling coach after that for like about a good 6-month period.
Okay.
We would train from time to time. So yes, I do know some of the fundamental. I don't know the rules, like how to score.
Hold on real quick.
That.
Hey, hold on real quick. Free Smoke. Stop that.
He's over Smoke one time.
We ain't. Oh, I thought he said Buddy V. But even still, stop that. What Deezo just said, he ain't doing no kickboxing. Stop that.
Okay. How about fuck all that. Yeah, I'll do it if it's paid.
Right. Me versus the buffet.
For real.
Hell yeah. Now, what was the other one? I was curious because I never got to ask you, and it's been a while since I've asked this question. Do you have any good fight movies or TV shows you want to recommend to anyone? Because the one I have is Furiosa, which is kind of like a Russian film, and it's kind of like a little crab, but they meet in the woods, they fight, they go straight up, they walk around with mouth guards, and when they go start their shit, they pull their mouth guards out and put them in, they just start brawling, and it's dope. I like it a lot. So, you got any recommendations for anybody?
Oh yeah, dude. My favorite fight movie is called The Raid.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a Singapore film or some shit like that, but it's fucking dope, bro. It's so dope. And then also The Raid #2 is dope, but The Raid 1, I think that's the best fight movie.
Give us like a quick
So it's a SWAT team. They go and they raid it's like an apartment high-rise building that's full of drug lords and shit. So they just kill hella motherfuckers, and they just once they run out of bullets and shit, they start using martial arts. It's going hand to hand. That shit is so.
Come on, man. Might have to check that out.
No, definitely. It's real gruesome. But like it's super practical and realistic. Like it doesn't look like. Some movies they look all fake and shit. No, it's fucking dope.
Right. The Hollywood kung fu shit.
Because the actors can actually fight, and you can tell. you can tell that they can actually fight. There's not a lot of cuts, like how they cut from scene to scene with each punch and shit like that. They're just there. They just keep the camera on them for long ass periods of time. They're just fucking fighting. It's so dope.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like some of those corny Americans.
I look for stuff like that. You know what I mean? It stands out, and it can throw the movie off. It could throw the scene off. So
yeah, like Marvel movies and shit. Their fight scenes are hella whack.
Right? Yeah.
As of late, for sure.
Yeah, like those old school Chinese movies where they keep the camera on the fighters for the whole fight scene. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, those are some of my favorite because I think I've said like one of my friends where it's like you have a 2-3 minute fight scene, no music, just sound effect, bam, bam, like they're full on like damn, okay. So yeah, I definitely enjoy that a little bit more.
One of my favorite fight scenes is Jet Li in Fearless when he fights this this karate master guy, and then he starts getting beat up a little bit, so he switches to Western boxing. And he gets busy. That shit's so sick.
I think that movie Goon that Locks brought up was like a hockey thing where the guy's a hockey like enforcer, I think, right?
Yeah, so it's
beating up
with Stifler.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Was that a good one?
I never seen it.
Cool.
I seen it on Netflix, but I never pressed play on it.
Yeah, the Ip Man movies were good. The Ip Man movies, I fuck with those.
When he kills 10 black belts.
Right. I want to.
He kills like 100 people, like around him. Yeah.
Donnie Yen does a good job portraying him too. I'm like,
yeah.
That's like Michael Jai White was talking about the difference between actual martial artists and like movie martial artists, and he enjoys it. But there's a lot of people who have that movie martial arts, but couldn't actually win a fight. Whereas he's like, I've trained with Sugarfoot Wallace and all this other stuff, and he's had kickboxing and all these other competitions where he's won medals, this and that. So it's like he's like, I do movies, but I actually can't fight at the same time. And I'm like, oh. But he's real humble about it now. He even admitted, like, yeah, when I was younger, I'm about to flex a little more.
Yeah, Michael Jai White's that guy, bro. He's that guy.
Yeah.
Blood and bone. Yeah.
I would not want to fuck with that dude. But I would love to have him on my team though.
I watched a lot of his drills and stuff. I haven't seen a whole bunch of his movies, but like as far as his actual training videos and stuff, like I'll be watching them, checking them out. He's nice.
I'll be right back. I can get some more drink real quick. 2 seconds.
Bet.
Shit.
What were you training today?
Say it again.
I said, what were you training today? You're just doing Muay Thai or what?
More so, yeah. Working on the knees, bro. Kicks, combinations, volume. For me, today was a day to figure out what is my kicking cardio like. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people, when we talk about cardio, a lot of times people they hone in on the running, the jogging. You know what I'm saying? But like for me, and I do that, but for me, sometimes I like to get specific. What is the punching cardio like? Like how can I get cardio and punch at the same time, and what is that going to look like? And today was a matter of what does that look like in reference to knees? What does that look like in reference to kicks? You know what I mean? I know I'm solid with the hands as far as cardio and volume. Today was, am I solid with the knees and the kicks? So,
yeah, today they had this other boxing gym come through and they were doing sparring. So the first half was just regular drills. And the second half boxing was, we were just watching everybody spar, all the kids, like the 17 and down. Man, they were putting hands on each other for real.
Yeah.
They're fast, bro. They're hella fast.
They're faster, and then a lot of times the kids they don't have as much of a filter as we do. You know what I mean? We're thinking about X, Y, and Z. We're a little bit more strategic, or we're a little bit more cautious. A lot of times these little dudes, man, they just trying to, make a point, make themselves look good, hurt somebody,
All their friends are recording and shit.
Yeah. Let me get a highlight reel real quick. Ugly ass haymaker.
It made me want to get in there, but I was like, man, there's no one for me to spar.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot my mouthpiece too. I was like, I can't spar with no mouthpiece.
Yeah, you got to protect those pearly whites.
So on the subject of sparring, what's your opinion of light and heavy sparring? Because everyone has a different perspective on that.
I don't know. I don't know if heavy sparring is really necessary, because I think like if you ain't gonna pull it out in a fight. What's up, Daniel? If you ain't gonna pull out in a fight, heavy sparring ain't gonna get you there. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? I think for me at least, I like to do like medium sparring at like a fast pace. And plus, a lot of times with heavy sparring, if someone hits me hard, like I want to get my get back, and then I forget about my techniques and shit like that. So like whenever I train at Coda's place, he's always there, you know, telling us to control our power the whole time, because I think that makes a huge difference to have a coach there with you while you're doing it, to like keep you in check. So if I had to choose for the rest of my life, heavy sparring versus light sparring, I would definitely choose light, or technical sparring, I guess, if you will.
I could dig that all the way. I feel like it's just when you heavy spar, when you do get hit that one time, you go to defensive mode, or not defensive, but you go to like muscle memory all of a sudden. So then you might be, if you're light to medium sparring, you might be trying a technique that you've been growing and trying to really drill to see if it's effective in a fight. But if you're heavy sparring, you're not going to really be willing to risk that, because you're going to go to what you know works. And then all of a sudden, instead of actually growing, you're just kind of staying at the same level. And yeah, I mean, you don't get every blue moon maybe to get the feel of it, but I mean, that's what body conditioning is for and everything afterwards anyway.
Yeah, maybe sometimes. But
that's how it is for me, bro. I feel like with heavy sparring, it should be, you know, everybody's different. So, you know, that's key right there. But for me personally, it's right before the fight, and you know, it's in intervals. It's not like it takes precedence over light and medium sparring. You know, majority of my sparring is gonna be light and medium technical, you know, type shit. The heavier shit is gonna be, you know, strictly for, you know, prepping for the fight. And again, that's at intervals, you know.
Yeah, I think what Free Smoke said is pretty good. 60% to the head, and then like 100% to the body and the legs, I guess, if you're doing kickboxing. That kind of is how I light spar. So like I agree with that. Yeah, because for me, hard sparring is like 100%. That's like or close to it.
I'd say 80 to 100, you know, 85 to 100.
Yeah, those kids today, they were going all out, bro. Like they were hitting each other with full power. It looked like damn.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't let it touch you.
At the end of the day, it's just not worth it, bro. You know, like I used to tell people all the time, you know, like less trained fighters, like, hey man, we're here to learn. We're not here to beat the fuck out of each other. You know, what are we gonna get? You know, we need to train, we need to learn, we need to grow. We don't need to be bruised up, going home mad at each other, wondering what the fuck did I just do, you know?
Yeah, I do think it helps with like fight cardio, but like I mean, even then, you're not really trying to I don't know. For me, I'm not really trying to beat my opponent or my training partner when it comes to sparring. So like, I don't know. I guess I do hard spar, I guess in a sense, but.
But like I said, your training partner, you're not out to hurt them. Yeah, it's not the real fight, not the real deal.
Like the way that I see Free Smoke and WA spar, that's how I spar too. So I guess what I consider light sparring would be hard sparring. So maybe I got to change it up.
Maybe for some people, yeah. They just got to get on your level.
Yeah, maybe I was just wrong about what I thought that hard sparring actually was, because I always thought that hard sparring was like 100% all out. body and head. So, but if he's saying that he hard spars with 60% to the head and then 100 to the body, that's what I do too. So I think I do. I think I do hard sparring.
But again, it's different for every individual, bro. You know what I mean? So, you know, I look at it like the way a person fights, it's tailored to that person, their, you know, their mind, their frame, you know, the body and all that. If that's what it is for you, that's what it is. You know, it may be different for the next man, you know, just like power ratio. You know, somebody could say, hey, I'm not really using no power, versus the next person saying, well, yeah, he is. You know, everybody's different, you know. But what matters is the results. You know, what results are you getting at the end of the day? You know, what are you seeing that works? You know, that's what matters.
Yeah, I never spar how I fight. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I never spar how I fight. Because if I was sparring how I fought, man, I'd be fucking going for blood. But no.
Yeah, or giving your secrets away. Now, I was gonna ask. I'm curious because I want to go back to the conditioning aspect, like the cardio. So I was gonna ask, do you prefer a little bit more of like explosive or more like that steady, you know, like bag work or like that consistent sparring, or that explosive, you know, wind sprints back and forth or all out? I don't know.
Well, lately, like in the gym that I'm at now, I have a coach, so he puts us through long cardio for like an hour, and then we'll do explosive cardio right afterwards with sprints and shit. He makes us race each other outside, so that just sucks. But I mean, I hate both. You know, I hate both. But
I know like most people don't like cardio.
Yeah, I mean, who does? You know, but like, if I had to, I would. If I had to pick, I would do probably explosive, because that's how I fight. I'm real explosive when I fight. So, yeah. No, I was a sprinter in high school, so like I'm real good at sprinting and shit like that. So I think
it's about being short, man. I feel it. It's when you run fast, you can be done. You get the muscles, you get to use your muscles. You're straight. You're done. Those long distance are the reason why they look like toothpicks.
But I can also run for 6 miles. You know what I'm saying? So like,
okay.
Nice. I think it's better to have a combination of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like Jade said one time, I do better when I run. I perform better when I run long distance. So, you know, okay, I got to start running for 6 miles at a time again here. But like, it just takes a long time. That's the only thing about it too.
That's the worst part of the time. There's not always enough time in a day. Fuck. I want to try the swimming somewhere. I definitely want to try that one. I kind of like you. Like I like to go for. I only do 4 miles. Dang, but I do about 4 miles. And yeah, I either do wind sprints or I'll just go all out on the bag. And I go every time until I'm out of breath. Count my rest time and go right back. Start the timer again. Go and I just burn myself out either way, one way or the other. But I don't know. There's something free. There's something free about running. There's like a Native American I was saying, you know, you can't trust anything but your 2 feet. No matter what happens, your 2 feet can always carry you. So it's like whether I'm doing wind sprints or just jogging, it's freedom. It's like
Especially out in the open, man. Like out in the world, you know what I mean? It's cool to run in a gym. You know, I was in the gym last night getting it in, but you know, something about running out in the free air, free world, you know, yeah, it's different.
I like to run out on the treadmill just because a lot of times I'll have a speed interval setting to where like I'll set it at like 7 miles per hour and then like 2 miles per hour. So like what I'll do is I'll run for like 2 minutes at the 7 and then I'll walk for 1 minute at the 3 mile per hour setting. So then I'll just do like 5 rounds of that, and each round I'll up the miles per hour, you know, like up to 10. On the 5th round, I'm running 10 miles per hour for the 2 minutes. And then I'll do like 4, 5 round, I call them 5 round fights. And then the whole time I'm just focusing on, you know, keeping my composure, and I'm imagining the fight going on as I'm running. So then like after like, you know, a while, you start to get real tired, and then that's when you kind of force your mental, because your mind will quit way before your body will. Yeah, running is a mind thing. So that's why I that's exactly why I focus on the fight. I just pretend that I'm fighting as I'm running, because then I get bored, like how Samu said. So like, I think that's what helped me out, especially in the KT fight. I was doing that a lot before the fight, and I've been doing it more lately here, but not as much as I want to, just because I've been in the boxing gym for like 2 hours at a time, and that shit takes up all my energy. But
Yeah, dude.
I can make time, I just gotta fucking do it.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of corny. It's kind of corny, but when I go on my long runs, I picture like, because obviously the Northwest there's a lot of trees. So sometimes I'll picture I got like my Aztec ancestors that are like on my side, and then I'm falling behind when I get tired. They're looking at me like, really? You're tired? We're not even at the spot. You even ran. And then I'm like, don't make them disappointed. Holding my rib on the side.
Right.
Hey, not corny at all, bro. That's a good mental game right there, That's a good mental game, because like they said, running it's all in the mind,
Mm-hmm.
You control that shit with your mind and your lungs,
Yeah.
I think it's one of the things they tell you when you first start running is like that helped me is try to get a count going. So as soon as you start feeling, just start counting. The in count, out count, in count, out count, and I'm like, okay, all right.
One thing I do is when I start to feel lazy and tired on the treadmill, I'll increase the speed by 0.2 and just fucking force myself to do it, And because like the whole idea is to take over the round, so then that way when I get tired in the fight, I'll just increase my output even though I'm already tired. That's kind of the way I think about it. Like round 1, I'll start at 7 miles per hour. So then before round 1 in the actual fight, like in the KT fight, before I went out for round 1, I literally thought to myself, all right, go at 7 miles per hour. So that's why you see me like kind of taking it easy, kind of reserving myself. And then each round after that, I just told myself like, all right, this is going to be 8.5 round. And then you'll see that in the 4th round, I start to really pick it up. And then in the 5th round, it was like a 9-mile round. So then that's when I just like let it all out. But it's all about programming. For me, I feel like my mind is like a computer that I program it, and then it reverts back to its programming once I'm actually in the shit,
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. How many times you hear people, when shit hits the fan, you revert back to your training, or your programming. You got to put that work in to make sure that you have that muscle memory that's instilled.
Yeah. A lot of times I feel nervous about my fight, like with Mac, but then I'm like, man, I feel nervous as fuck. I got to get to training ASAP so I can kill these nerves with actual hard work. What's up, Mike?
Michael Hundred.
And the more I work, the less nervous I feel. So it's for me, it's like a comfort thing also. Even though it's uncomfortable, it makes me feel comfortable at the same time. Like, I guess I hear it all the time, which it kind of does sound corny. You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. But like, that shit's real for sure. That shit's actually real.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You put yourself in those situations so your body gets used to it. I mean, you'd be a fool to not be scared at all because, anything can happen in a fight. But, when you know how to utilize it and know how to really apply it, and like you said, take it to training, and you're putting yourself in these uncomfortable positions, then all of a sudden, that's the best part. Like when you fight, it's weird how the nerves just go, and you just go right to everything that you were doing beforehand, all your preparation. It's nice.
You're easing the body, and then at the same time, you're building your own confidence by being in that place.
Yeah, the fight I've had with the least amount of training was the most nervous I was before too, because I knew I didn't run. I knew I didn't do my push-ups. I knew I was skipping out on this day, eating like shit that day, and it's like, fuck. Versus it's it's a little easier to calm the nerves.
Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say, where's Captain at, man? We did the 45 minutes, dang.
Hey, man.
I was like, Deezo got some of his questions.
Captain's capping.
Hey, it's gonna have to be another day. It's all good. We got the OG here, you know.
Oh, gee, it's from Street Beefs West Coast 1, right?
Yeah, first fight.
Yeah, the very first fight of the day.
Yeah, I was not. Fuck, I walk in the backyard. They're like, "All right, Deezo, 5 minutes." So what? I just barely got here. What the fuck? And then they're like, "You're gonna fight Darkness," and I see him. He's all fucking dressed like a Super Saiyan and shit.
Yep.
I was like, "Fuck, dude, I'm gonna get my ass beat." But no, before Street Beefs West Coast 1, I thought since I was lifting hella weights, I thought I could fight hella good and all this. But then Darkness beat some humbleness into me. So I started actually training after that. But I think that if anyone wants to fight in Street Beefs, they should just get in there and do it, even if they don't have no training, just to see where they're at. Yeah, just
I mean,
get
it's
in
a
there.
family. No one's out to hurt anybody. So it's like if you go in and you're honest, like, hey, I have minimal training, blah blah blah. They're gonna be like, okay.
Yeah. Plus, like a lot of guys are like, "Oh, I'm not ready. I haven't been training." Well, who gives a fuck? Just get in there and do it. Like, I feel like those are just excuses, you know.
I think it's a pride thing too, because it's like at any point in time you really feel like you can't continue, you're really hurt. All you gotta say is I'm done. The fight's gonna stop. No one's jumping in. No one's doing anything bad. It's an agreement between two grown ass adults.
Yeah, but like someone said, it was 114 that day. So like I think that I had an advantage because when I fought, there was still shade over the ring, and the ground was still cool. It was still like moist and cool, the dirt. So I got lucky, I guess, in that sense, where I didn't have to fight in the hot ass sun. It was like, what was it, August 20th or some shit? No, it was August 15th. My youngest son's birthday.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's a way to do it.
Hey,
Yeah,
so walk us through, like, how did you get into Street Beefs? Being that was the first event, how did that all get go about?
So I was watching Beach from the East Coast for like a while before, and then all of a sudden, Scarface started talking about if you want to fight in Street Beefs, we're opening up a West Coast branch. Go to T Tank Nation on Instagram, and so I did, and I sent him a couple of videos of me shadowboxing that probably looked so terrible, but so then he just, I think he was doing live selections. I can't really remember. He just selected me, and then that was it. I drove down to San Bernardino the night before, and I went and I fought. And it was real easy to get in, actually, to get connected, because I just saw it in the East Coast video. Scarface just said like exactly where to go and what to do, and then I just did it. And yeah, pretty much. I didn't know that they had already some Cali events before then. But
yeah, I think it was like one with Red Reaper and Big Daddy William or something. Yeah.
yeah, Street Beefs West Coast 1 was different where it all started. But I was super excited, dude. Like, cause I've been obsessed with fighting my whole life, just because my dad would always talk about fighting all the fucking time, and that's as early as I can remember. So, like, when I found out that they had a Street Beefs on the West Coast, it was like a godsend, because I was thinking about starting to train for amateur MMA, but COVID hit, so that all closed down. And then once Street Beefs West Coast 1 happened, it was like the only avenue available to fight. So I took it, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't even want to fight amateur in the amateur circuit. I just want to stay in Street Beefs.
Yep, I'm right there with you.
I don't know.
I feel that I don't want to go anywhere else. I'll fight the Scrapyard, West Coast, OG Yard. I'll just keep the Street Beefs. Maybe a promotional upcoming somewhere in another state, but yeah, that's about it.
Hey, and real quick for the people who don't know, can you tell us why you want to stick with Street Beefs? What is it about Street Beefs, that has you saying what you just said? Can you explain?
I guess that's part of it. Too lazy to go pro. Shit, I don't know, man. I guess I'm just here. I'm comfortable here. You know, like I know everybody. I'm well connected here. You know, it's comfortable for me. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I should try to branch out now that you mention it, because maybe I'm a little bit too comfortable. I don't know. I used to want to go pro when I first started in StreetBeefs. That was my goal, but then it kind of just that desire kind of left me, and it never came back. And I actually started to like not want to do it. Like the thought of it just it doesn't interest me anymore. And it's a community in StreetBeefs, and yeah, it's like a tribe. It's my tribe. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave my tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was getting at, with that question.
Yeah. Yeah, like Daniel said, it's a community. It's a tribe. Like I love StreetBeefs. You know what I'm saying? Like I love it with all my heart.
Where else are you gonna find a bunch of people with different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different all sorts of everything you can imagine, but still have one commonality to where we can push past all the bullshit and have a basic level of respect for each other. I mean, and it's one of those primal things. It's no matter what people say, I have money, I have this, I have status, I have this, like I can still beat your ass. Or I'll call the cops, I'll make it worthwhile. And we all fight. So it's like we all understand where we come from. It's like if you have an issue, fight about it. If not, let's help each other grow, let's build each other up. There's enough bullshit in the world. I mean,
but
why not?
Even beyond that though, like it's StreetBeefs West Coast specifically, it's just different. Like, yes, it's StreetBeefs, but it's different than the OG branch and the Scrapyard branch and Dirty South branch. I feel like I don't know, for some reason, and I could be wrong, but I just feel like we are the most close-knit branch, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because we're all cut from the same cloth. Like we're all cut from the same cloth on the West Coast. I'm not saying that the other branches are not.
No.
But I don't know, man. It's just something about us. It's just something about the West Coast. We just bring a different vibe. And even in the Facebook group, it's just we're more active and we're more, tied together for whatever reason.
You see the brotherhood.
Yeah, and I don't want to like miss out on that at all. Especially after the invasion, the East Coast invasion. That was that's like the pinnacle for me, because we all traveled together as a team, brothers in arms. We went to go assault, invade, and it's the weed. Yeah, could be. Like we went to go assault and invade the East Coast, and like we did work, and that shit that's like the pinnacle of StreetBeefs West Coast for me. And I don't know.
That's beautiful. That's why we have people on. Everyone has a different perspective. That's what it is to you. And you know what? That's your truth. And if it's true, then so be it. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It was the best experience that I've had so far.
Honestly, the heart of the fight for the behind the scenes on the East Coast invasion from the West Coast to East Coast, I was like, okay. And y'all had the red shirts. I was like, okay.
I think the heart in the fight has a lot to do with it as well, because like it gives us a platform to like come together. And for me, I think that the fights, the content that the fights provide, it's not enough for me. Like I want to be involved with as much StreetBeefs West Coast content as possible, and Heart in the Fight makes that possible. And so I think that's another reason why the West Coast is so different than the other branches.
Well, hey, I can dig it.
Absolutely.
Now, unfortunately, because we just ended on a good note. It's 56 minutes in, and we might have to get wrapping this up. So I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to say, or if you had any shout-outs you want to give, or some had another question.
Nah, I think it's about that time. Let's go ahead and get all those plugs from Deezo.
Yeah, I don't got much to plug. Shout to EMC, shout to Heart in the Fight, shout to StreetBeefs West Coast. You know, if you wanna follow me on IG, you can find me at Lil Deezo 408. We also got the team IG at Elevated Mindset Combatives. And if you want to hit up the fitness brand IG, it's EMC Fitness Official. So those are the 3 plugs that I got. And yeah, thanks for having me on.
I follow all those accounts, so you guys got no excuse.
Oh, we got one more question. Deezo, the StreetBeefs, the whole 4, have enough talent to compete and face any other combat athletes on our planet, not just complete, but dominate. Your thoughts, Buddy Smoke. Or Buddy V, Samke, welcome. Yeah, of course, dude. Of course. Like you, for example, Free Smoke just had a fight the other day in Rage in the Cage, and he went out there and he put on a hell of a performance, got the dub against a game opponent. And I think that, you know, there's been other guys too, especially from the East Coast, that have gone on to have professional careers and have been pretty successful. So I think we can compete with the best of the best. Definitely. I think the main thing is we need to, like, not, I mean, in my opinion, what would help us a lot, and the only thing we don't have is not every single fighter is in a gym, like an actual fight gym.
Right.
But it wouldn't take long, you know, a month or 2 in a gym. Most of our guys would be at pro level. Yeah,
Absolutely. Half of them got the dedication to do them at home. Half the other people got dedication to meet up with other people when they can.
Yep.
yeah.
I'm getting a little training session with Knight Rider tomorrow. You know, we hit each other up all the time. You know, as far as different fighters, you know, linking up, getting trained. It's a wonderful thing, man.
Yeah, I think, yeah, no. And another thing is other organizations are starting to notice us, and
like it or not.
And they see our skill and shit like that. And that kind of makes you want to go ahead and get some fights outside of StreetBeefs.
Right?
Yeah, actually, that really does. So thanks for that question, Earth. I know he's competed outside of StreetBeefs a few times in different organizations. It would be good. It would be good to go ahead and get, like, you know, an amateur boxing match or 2. I think maybe in 2024, I'll probably start looking at that. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we got to make it through 2023 first. And just start.
Yeah.
I want to think that far ahead. I'm turning 30 this year. Stop.
Definitely.
I don't want to think that far ahead.
I definitely want to get a few fights in for StreetBeefs West Coast this year for sure.
Right. I don't want
Just
to try amateur.
all support from us over here, bro. All support.
Bet.
StreetBeefs or not.
Oh yeah, I know that for sure. And that's the thing too. Like we bring with us a fan base already, and a lot of fighters that compete in amateur and sometimes even pro, they might not. You know, they might not.
They're trying to recognize. We're already recognized. Street beef.
Yeah.
Good point.
So, hell yeah.
Anything else you need, Deezo?
What?
Anything else you want to plug, Deezo?
Oh no, I'm good. Chilling.
Man, we appreciate your time, brother. It was great having you on.
Thank you for coming on. Hell yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Stay swole. Well, I think we might have to get a little quick commercial break here. A little something from OTH.
Yay.
What's good? It's your homie, Freezers Christ. Y'all know the deal. Make sure y'all head on over to overtimehustling.com where you can catch all the latest merch, all the newest mags, all the media, everything, know what I mean? And you can also find me on Winging It with the homies Keith G, King Dale, and Payne Gusto. And you can catch me on Turf Tales with the homie SK. And if you got nothing to do on Sundays, even if you do got something to do, make sure you tap in the Overtime Reactions hosted by the homie Cuzzo. And I cannot forget the homie Jay over there at the Yankee and the Brit channel. So make sure y'all go over there and check them out. And hey, check me out, your boy Freezes, on that Real Talk with Jay. It was a hell of an interview, yo. Gotta do it again. I keep saying it because I mean it. We gotta do it again. I had a great motherfucking time. But anyway, you know who it is. Freezes H, OTH, Yankee and the Brit, Winging It, Turf Tales, Overtime Reactions, Chronicles Podcast. You know the drill, Cush's Corner. It's a motherfucking movement. So move with it or move out the motherfucking way. Simple and plain.
Overtime hustling, we hustling overtime.
Ananda Professionals and MMA Underground are teaming up to let you know about all of their great CBD products. Gummies are great for your stomach health, and your stomach health is a big part of your overall health. Fighters, are you looking for something to help you recover faster that's safe and healthy? Ananda's got you covered. Use the promo code BB Underground to save 10%. That's at AnandaProfessionals.com.
All right, we are back. Now, I think it might be a little time to let you guys know that I have a couple fighters you might need to watch.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
I have 3 fun ones. I'm still waiting because Nasty is going to be pulling some out soon. But from the scrapyard, we have Blackheart. I like this fight because I've been a fan of Simone Hokage, and I actually thought Simone Hokage was going to come out on top with a few of the hits that he landed. But Blackheart not only showed heart in here, but this fight, in my opinion, was a true definition of an amateur bout. Both people are not professionals in any rank, don't get me wrong, but they have skill sets each to their own, and I love that they know how to utilize the tools in their arsenal. That's what made this fight really good, because it really shows that even when some of these big hits connected, they still came out and showed as much heart, and Blackheart definitely earned the win. Second, from the West Coast, I got Captain. Now, I liked him because he came out strong. He had his first 2 fights, the only 2 I could find. I think it's the only 2 available. But, man, what a performance. This guy was calm. He weathered the storm for whenever it was trying to come, and he capitalized on his opponent's mistake, I should say. And it was very fun to watch both of his fights. I just thought, I want to see more of this guy, and I want to see what happens as the challenges rise and his opponents get a little bit more skillful because, you know, it's always fun to see fighters grow. So I want to see where he goes. That's definitely for sure. Third, from the OG, Dangerous Dan. Now, I actually like this one because it was like 2 Mexicans about something or whatever. But I'm watching it. I heard once or twice when Dangerous Dan got rocked. I mean, fucking rocked. I thought this shit was over. But the heart, once again, persevere. You see this dog come out, and he goes so much that he pushes his opponent to his limit. His opponent can't continue, and he comes out on top. So it goes to show you can't always judge a fight from one hit. I mean, you have to really let it play out. So I just loved it. It was a great thing to watch, and yeah, those are my 3 fighters to watch. Booyah!
Hey, that was all fire, man. All fire, bro.
Right, yeah. So wait, you're speaking of fire.
That's what I'm saying. It might be about that time, man. Yeah, it's about that time, y'all.
About that time.
Fire 5. Let's go ahead and start it off. We're gonna go ahead and go to the OG yard. Tyree versus RSV. This was one hell of a MMA match. I call this the Battle of Titans, where the lion meets the tiger. It's one of those type of matches right here. Very close call. It could have went to either man, but what was undeniable is it's a fire fight, point blank, period. Straight brawl from start to finish. Again, this is the OG yard, Tyree versus RSV, fire fight. We're gonna move on. Yeah, you see it. Street Beef Scrapyard. I'm gonna try to do this like a Fire Chicken title. Let me see how this goes. This is Fire Chicken taking on his Santa form as he goes on a grappling adventure that pushes him to his limits. You know, Fire Chicken is with the titles. Literally, though, man, you got two scrapyard icons going at it in a grappling match. Very high speed, very technical. Check this out. It was a firefight. We're going to go ahead and move on. StreetBeefs West Coast. Yeah. This is my fellow Gorilla Lion. Turtle versus Stupid Hands. One of my old teammates, man. Turtle came out, and this fight was actually the first fight of the day. And if anybody has ever had to start the event off with the first fight, you know how much pressure, you know how that is. Not an easy task. Stupid Hands came out throwing stupid hands. You know, the grappling was there. But what we saw in Turtle was we saw grit, we saw heart, and at the end of the day, we saw determination and will. And that's what overcomes in this fight. StreetBeefs West Coast, Turtle versus Stupid Hands. Firefight. Check it out. Let's go ahead and move on. Next firefight will take you to StreetBeefs OG Yard. Yeah, you see that. Iraqi Assassin versus Hippie Disciple. This is a very technical boxing match. You could even say this is a class right here. Big shots, combinations by both men, 3 rounds of war, 2 warriors. Iraqi Assassin versus Hippie Disciple. Firefight, StreetBeefs OG Yard. Check it out. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the last firefight. Yeah, StreetBeefs Scrapyard. You see it. Snake Eyes versus Monkey. Never mind the names. Check this fight out. This is a hell of an MMA match. The reversals, I mean, these guys didn't want to go down. These guys did not want to submit. Great technical groundwork. And at the end of the night, we saw a beautiful finish. Snake Eyes versus Monkey. StreetBeefs Scrapyard. Firefight. Check it out. Sam K and the Fire 5.
I love it. Those are some fire fives. And you want to know something funny about that last pick you had?
What's up?
So I actually was scheduled to fight Monkey one event. Me and him were gonna go at it. But he went up and he was like, yo, Steve, you know, me and Buddy sponsor my company. We're working together, so we're friends. So I don't want this to get in the way. And I was like, I can respect that. You know, we are working together very close. And, you know, some people might try to use that as a leverage. So let's not fight. Fair. Okay, cool. So then a couple months later, we're fighting a different, together at the same event, different fights. And Snake Eyes came up and he's like, yeah, I like the last fight, blah, blah, blah. I want to fight you. I was like,
his opponent came up to you.
Yeah. Right
Okay,
before the fight, he's like, I want to fight you. And so if you're down, you know, after this fight, win or lose, I want to fight you. And I was like, okay. But then my fight ended up being one of the later ones, so he had to leave. But yeah, he straight up came up to me. He's like, I like your fighting style. I think you'd be a good match. You're about 8-10 pounds heavier than me, and I want to take you. I was like, okay. So yeah, I might fight some in the future.
Is that still going to go down or what?
It might. Considering I lost my title, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that would be a fun one to try to match up. I know he's very trained. He has a lot of skill behind him, and that'd be fun. So if not, yeah, I'm up for anyone. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I'll drop down and, you know, go take a belt.
Yeah, man. I want to see you on that run again, and I want to see you with that belt. And it's all possible. It's all possible. Preparation, you know, but it's all possible.
I think, yeah, I don't think so. I know, so I agree with you. In 2023, I will hold another belt. I don't care. It will happen one more time.
Yes, sir. Manifest that.
I won't, you know, I won't sit here and ramble on about all my stuff. Any shout outs or anything you want to say before we head on out of here?
Yeah, man. Go ahead and knock out the shout outs. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Lil Deezo. coming through and killing it for us tonight, as always. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time. Secondly, the people in the live chat, the people viewing live, the people who are watching this on replay, we appreciate you guys. We do this for you guys. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to StreetBeefs West Coast, StreetBeefs Scrapyard, StreetBeefs Dirty South, and StreetBeefs OG Yard. Once again, we do this for y'all. Don't really do the social media. If you got me, you got me. If not, you catch me on this channel Tuesday at the same time every week with Buddy V, my co-host, killing it as always. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. The greatest producer in the background, Jay. Thank you, bro. Always killing it. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to Overtime Hustling. If you guys haven't watched it, go to Overtime Hustling's channel after this show. They did a special West Coast StreetBeefs episode with me, Lil Deezo, and a few other icons from the West Coast. If you guys are interested, go check that out. Again, that's Overtime Hustling, their channel on YouTube. Shout out Freezes, shout out Cuzzo, always killing it. I want to give a shout out to Daniel and Heart in the Fight. Always respect to you, sir, and what you do. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me. You guys have a great evening. Thank you guys for joining us. And it's on you, buddy.
Hey, yeah, co-host killing it as usual. You know, we got this. Oh, yeah. No, I will say, Diesel's right about one thing. The best thing I love about Scrapyard is every single Dirty South West Coast Scrapyard OG all have a different vibe. That's why you got to visit all of them. So shout out to every branch. Yeah. Shout out to Dwell-World.com where you can go and get any sort of merchandise, not only made by me, but the Yankee and the Brit official merch. I'm actually sending out 1 or 2 packages tomorrow to a couple people who are going to get some lucky merchandise. So you might see it on social media. Keep your eyes peeled. And Zwell_Buddy V for my Instagram. I'm going to be starting a new website here, or not website, a Facebook officially for Zwell. You'll see everything I'm involved in. So Yankee and the Brit, everything else. And just stay tuned because I'm taking off. 2023 is my year. I'm not joking. I'm taking everything. I'm taking the belt. I'm taking what I want. My bank account's going to look happier and healthier. Everything.
Talk your shit.
Right.
All year.
All year. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for who tunes in. Thank you once again, for anyone who watches on repeat, everyone in the comments. And in the words of Jay, one world, one love, deuces.